Here we have the current stock market analysis for Palantir Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker PLTR. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So here what we're doing is we're looking at the 2-hour time frame. And as we can see here, this share price just continues to just force its way higher. We're seeing some slight movements in the downside direction, but for the most part, this thing just keeps pushing down the door in the upward direction. So we are going to have to revise some of these chart readings here from the prior video, and we do have to sort of reassess the stock from this new basis point. So currently, what we're looking at here is a new price high that comes in at 41.10. So we will have to update this price zone here. $41.10 is now the new high. And we can also see that some of these support zones have also started to move in the upward direction as well. So at the moment, this Fibonacci analysis here will have to be disregarded. And this is a bit of a problem here because we don't actually know what this near-term high is going to be. This does sort of complicate things a bit because it makes Fibonacci analysis studies almost impossible. One thing that you can do if you are interested in using Fibonacci studies here is to look at the Fibonacci projection zones that have been found relative to prior trend wave movements. So specifically what we can point to here would be this area here, which would be sort of a Fibonacci extension based on the prior move, which developed from these 21.23 lows to these 33.13 highs. So this is a little bit more of an advanced type of Fibonacci analysis method. It's not really one that we use much on this channel, or we haven't used much on this channel. And there are real reasons for that. I mean, one is that you don't really find stocks that are trading at their all-time highs regularly like this, but this has really been, these aren't all-time highs necessarily, but these are definitely near-term highs, and we would have to go back quite far in the stock's history to find any other evidence of share price action that's above $40. So what this does tell us, this most recent price movement here to the top side is, we can't really look at Fibonacci retracement areas, but we can look at Fibonacci extension zones. So specifically what I'm looking at here is this price movement from 23 to 33.13. That's this price movement here. And then as we can see, this near-term price action has actually broken above the 61.8% Fibonacci extension zone. So this is a significant development here. We were starting to fail right at this area, so this does give some significance to this price level. As we can see here, we did start to fail here right into that 618 retracement, but now we have broken through there as well. So, really, it starts to become much more difficult to identify potential resistance zones when you're trading kind of in rarefied air like this. I mean, there's really nothing going on in this price chart. So, there are a couple of things you can do. You can use standard deviation channels, or you can use Fibonacci extension zones. So, this recent movement here is fairly significant. And as we can see, the price candle here was quite strong. So there's definitely buying activity that's going on here. If we look at the trading volumes here as well, most of this activity is positive. We're seeing some evidence of selling pressure. This is probably people that are looking to take profits at these higher levels, which does make sense. I mean, I don't think we can really deny that, with the stock trading at highs like this, it's not a bad idea necessarily to start to take some profits. But what we can see here in the indicator reading is that, we continue to sort of grind through these negative developments in share price momentum. As things currently stand, we have still seen this positive trend wave here that has mostly maintained itself. I mean, we did see a little bit of a false breakout here to the downside, but the rebound here was strong enough that we would sort of invalidate this downside price movement and continue to watch this uptrend activity here. So overall, I really wouldn't expect to start to see share prices develop some significant pullbacks here until we really see a break of this uptrend momentum reading. That could take some work to get there. I mean, we're currently trading in overbought territory, so we're still quite a ways away from breaking through this uptrend momentum reading. We would need to see some fairly significant price moves to the downside. So if that were to occur, I mean, I do think that it makes sense to sort of prepare for the negative scenario here. So if we were to do that, we do need to define some price zones to, some support zones, price levels to the downside that could start to signal that an end to this trend rally is started to occur. So specifically what I would really be pointing to at this point, I mean, these levels keep moving up along with share prices. So what I would be looking at currently now would come in right around 38.15. Let's mark that on the chart here because this is significant for a few different reasons. So this 38.15 support zone here is significant because, as we can see, this is a prior price high, which would have been developed back here. This would have been during the September 23 trading session. And then in addition to that, you also have this rising orange line here, which is the 50-period exponential moving average. And then you also have this prior Fibonacci extension level, which could still be expected to work as support here going forward. So, this is a few different technical signals that kind of point to the same area here. So, overall, I would start to view the stock in a bit more of a sideways bias here, more of a sideways outlook if we were to break below 38.15. The real question here is how much longer this can extend. I mean, we've seen a lot of share price movements to the top side with very little to be seen to the downside. I mean, we did see this share price movement from 33.13 to 29.60. But as time has gone on here, these movements, these pullbacks have gotten smaller in size. I mean, this last pullback here was pretty minimal. We saw share prices at highs of $40.29, and then we saw this price pull back to this would be 38.78. So, this is not much of a downside price movement here. These really are not pullbacks. It's really just more of a slowdown in the uptrend more than a meaningful pullback. So, there are questions here about how much longer this can continue, but there is no doubt about it. I mean, the share price is continuing to move higher. And this most recent movement here has now broken through an important Fibonacci extension level as well. So as things stand, the next level of resistance that I'm seeing here comes in at 42.40, which would be the 78.6% Fibonacci extension. And then from there, you'd be looking at a full trend wave that would be equal to the size of this prior price movement if that level does break. So here's the current stock market update for Palantir Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker PLTR. Our High Value Trading Strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market-beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.